Is that it? Oop, can't get it turned around. I wish I could look at the where it says Drew My Sham. That's it. Let's just look around. I don't want to take that's a lot of damage. Oh, we're running long. That's right. The last one was short. We'll keep going. Assuming this doesn't take me too long. Envelope. I don't think there's anything in there. I wish I could just get the text because this is kind of hard to read. So no, this is from Gavin to My Sham, but there's nothing. I don't think there's anything in here that's specifically like implicates Gavin. Yeah. So letter from My Sham. Yeah, I mean it's a letter from him to Gavin. Or that Gavin has. This evidence proves there's a link.
That scrap of paper. I'm afraid I can't let you submit that.
Is there some problem?
There is. How could you possibly have that? You couldn't.
Hey, that's Daddy's handwriting.
Mr. Wright's handwriting? What is the meaning of this?
No, I see now. Yes, of course.
What do you mean, of course?
Why were we given fake evidence?
I just remembered I had a visitor yesterday. Phoenix Wright came to my cell, except I wasn't there.
If Phoenix Wright?
When I returned, I saw he had something of mine in his possession. Of course, I had no intention of letting him get away with reading my private mail.
Mail? You mean this letter was in your cell?
No. However, it appears Mr. Wright is yet to be cured of his bad forging habit.
Well, if it's a forgery, it's not a very good one. The handwriting's terrible.
This is Mr. Wright's reproduction of what was written in the real letter.
Reproduction?
Mr. Wright visited Christoph Gavin's cell. He brought with him a small video camera.
What?
He recorded his entire conversation with you, Mr. Gavin, and the contents of your personal mail.
Regardless, this mockery of a piece of evidence will never be accepted by the court. Evidence based on a video a man with no authority whatsoever claims he took. A man who happens to be an ex-attorney suspected of forgery.
Prosecutor Gavin?
Prosecutor Gavin?
As embarrassing as this is for me to say, I'm afraid my brother is incapable of making a rational judgment at the moment. Your Honor, your decision, please.
The defense's claim is denied.
What?
Only actual evidence is permitted in a court of law. Please remove the defense's evidence from the record.
Better luck next time, Justice.
Did we lose? What? Did I do bad?
Well, we've certainly taken a detour from our cross-examination, but the defense appears to be lacking proof. I'm forced in the cross-examination of Christoph Gavin at this point.
Apollo, do something. I'm thinking, but without evidence, I don't have anything I can use on him.
Very well, this is the special witness's cross-examination.
Oh my god. I keep looking. I'm assuming we're going to get a break here soon. These shows over, yet the crowd screams for more. Only now do I understand why.
Prosecutor Gavin?
Frankly, I'm relieved. This has been bothering me for 7 whole years, and I'm tired of the whole youthful angst scene. Now's our chance. Let's clean out the family closet, eh, Christoph?
Clavier, you're spinning out of control. Calm yourself before you say something you'll regret.
You're spinning out of whose control, mine or yours?
Take a moment to consider everything you've built. Your reputation as a prosecutor, your fame with the masses. You could lose it all, Clavier.
Apollo, did you see that? He's trying to press Prosecutor Gavin. Prosecutor Gavin, try to remember. What's really important to you? You amuse me, Air Forehead. I couldn't forget what's really important to me even if I tried. In fact, I haven't. Not even once. 7 years ago. Yeah, finally. You just couldn't resist, could you, Air Right? Resist what? Presenting solid evidence? Might I request we put the cross-examination on hold? The prosecution would like to call a new witness. State your name and occupation for the record. I'm familiar with the trial. I've watched the video several times. Didn't you find anything unnatural about it?
Unnatural?
Yeah, the fact that he knew right away that it was... Well, you did seem unusually well prepared. I mean, Mr. Wright had only just presented his evidence. In the next moment, you call in Drew Mysham. It was almost as if... what? He knew. Funny, it didn't even occur to me to wonder. Now that I do, I see there's only one possible explanation. Almost as if, from the very beginning, you knew Mr. Wright was going to present that evidence. Ah! Yeah, correct. I knew that if I applied the usual pressure, Phoenix Wright would eventually come up with that forged diary page.
Don't do this, Clavier.
I knew because you told me, Christoph. What? I knew that part. It was the night before the trial.
Clavier.
Christoph, I'd seen you at the prosecutor's office the day before the trial. I'm gonna keep going. I might split this into 2 episodes. So if there was a weird break at any point, I apologize. Yeah, I think I think I'm just gonna go the full. We'll go an hour and unless there's a save soon.
No, I won't be appearing in the trial, actually.
Oh, why not?
I won't be facing off with you on your first trial, apparently. But in exchange, I brought information.
Information?
The attorney who'll be there in my place tomorrow is not to be trusted. Don't even give him the benefit of your respect. Listen. I want you to call in a special witness. Then...
I wondered about it at the time. How did Christoph know so much? Prosecutor Gavin. Christoph, we were supposed to face each other in that trial. A fair fight, brother to brother. I deserved that much. You let me borrow the victim's belongings. You showed me all your research on the case. The victim's belongings? Which would have included Magnifie's diary, wouldn't it?
Mr. Gavin?
My, Clavier, you disappoint me. You find trees yet miss the forest.
You're the one missing the forest, Mr. Gavin. You can't sweep this under the rug, not anymore. Tell me what was going on behind that trial.
Why not? I've achieved what I came here to do. I see no harm in a little reminiscing.
Apollo! I think we're finally going to shine a light on the black belly of this thing, Trucy. We've done everything we could. I hope it's enough.
7 years ago, the day before the trial, I visited the detention center at the request of my client, Zach Grimari.
Two cards. One card. Showdown time.
Enough.
You lose, Gavin. Thanks for the work. Now go. He was fired, and he's mad.
To be honest, I don't know what his reasons were to this day. As far as I could tell, he dismissed me as his representation because I lost in a game of poker. I can come to no other conclusion.
Daddy used to say something. If you want to know a man, you have to compete. Zach wasn't watching his points or the cards. He was watching the man behind the cards, Christoph Gavin.
I couldn't believe it. Phoenix Wright,
Ah, jealousy.
the second-rate attorney who relies on luck and bluffs. He dismissed me and went with that pitiful excuse for a man. He deserves to die for that error alone.
Hold it. So the one who requested that forgery was... Oh,
No, I'm not admitting to anything. My point is, these two men shamed me and I could not forgive that.
oh.
Phoenix Wright and Zach Grimari both deserve what they got.
So you asked Mr. Mysham to forge that evidence so you could win. But then, when you were dismissed as Zach Grimari's attorney, you used your forged evidence as a trap. You fed me information about the forgery you made. Then you gave your dirty evidence to him.
You're free to imagine what you will. My point is, all I had imagined came to pass. Everything went perfectly.
Hey.
Hmm.
Oh. Incredible. If I wasn't laughing, I'd weep.
Prosecutor Gavin?
Perfectly. You're mad, Christoph. Stop fooling yourself.
What are you talking about, Clavier?
Tell me, how did that trial end?
Cancelled when the defendant vanished.
Ah, I get it. So, Christoph, you've been living in fear for 7 years.
What?
You were afraid your forgery would be revealed and your reputation trashed. You couldn't leave things to chance, so you watched everyone involved with the case for 7 years. You know, he always felt like he was being watched, as he said, every day for 7 years. But I felt it too. Journal is sure he's being watched. Don't you wonder why Zach Grimari got rubbed out after 7 years? Right after coming into contact with me? Oh my god, I didn't even put that together.
Wait just a minute. Zach Grimari was seen by this reporter? How is that possible? Was he alive after being gone 7 years?
He was. Finally, I knew this moment was coming. I just didn't think we'd get here so fast. I was just... Zach Grimari, gone missing for 7 years, Trucy's father. What's wrong, Apollo? Get him! Right, leave it to me. Oh, what do we got? Is this it? Allow me to refresh the court's memory. 6 months ago, Christoph Gavin was charged with murdering a mysterious traveler.
I remember him quite well. Shady Smith, was it? Poison in a Chinese restaurant. Tragic.
The details don't really matter right now. What matters is, that traveler was Zach Grimari. What is it, Apollo? Huh? Keep going. We'll talk about it later. Did she already know? Well, I would think so, actually.
Someone please explain this. Mr. Justice, can you explain this?
It all started 7 years ago. The great magician Magnifique Grimari's death started it. Magnifique Grimari's death and his student Zach Grimari the suspect. Whoever defended Zach in court successfully would be famous beyond belief. Thinking that, Christoph Gavin did the unthinkable. He forged evidence.
True, Mysham.
Actually, it was his daughter, Vera, who really did the work. You took precautions when you had that forgery made, didn't you, Mr. Gavin?
Precautions?
To keep people from talking, of course. These two know too much. Leave them alive and there'll be nothing but trouble. That's when you planned your poisoning of the forgers. Etroquinin applied to a commemorative stamp. But luck was on Mr. Mysham's side. The bomb didn't go off.
His daughter. She saved him by taking the stamp. I see.
But that wasn't the only bomb he set up. The area don't need nail polish, of course. You noticed something when you requested that forgery. When Vera Mysham is nervous, she has a bad habit. Tendency to bite her nails.
Ah!
That nail polish was her good luck charm. She was almost kidnapped once. Since then, she's been, well, you can see for yourself. She refuses to leave the house. The person gave me a good luck charm for when I absolutely had to go outside. It protects me. Yes, apparently she received something, a gift. She won't tell me what it was. It was from that client, the one who wanted that note made. It was his insurance.
Insurance?
As long as she lived quietly at home, there's no danger to her. But what if she had to go outside? If she ran into any trouble, she'd become nervous, and then nail polish would do the rest. His time bomb sat there for 7 years, and then they went off almost simultaneously. I'm assuming there's gonna be like one big push, one final.
If you're finished. May I return to my cell now? I'm not accustomed to standing for such long periods of time.
Mr. Gavin, have you heard a single thing we've said?
No, I listened quite closely to your little tale. Quite an entertaining piece of fiction.
What?
Clavier, surely you understand.
Then we're back to the evidence, the lacking evidence. Nothing proves a link between him and the atroquinin that took Drew Mysham's life. What about the restaurant? You killed Zach Grimari to keep him from talking.
I killed no man of that name. Read over the report again if you like. The victim was a traveler by the name of Shady Smith, about whom we know little else. You can't seriously think I knew he was that particular fugitive.
Okay, then why did you kill him?
I plead my right to remain silent. Remember, this court did not convene to put me on trial. The defendant's name is Vera Mysham, suspected in the murder of her father. My trial's been finished for 6 months now.
I'm afraid we have strayed considerably from our purpose here. This court concurs with the witness. It is the defendant Vera Mysham who is on trial.
No, but you're doing so good, Apollo.
As long as there's no evidence to support the accusation against him, this course of inquiry cannot find Vera Mysham innocent.
Wait, what? Your Honor, Phoenix Wright spent 7 years collecting this evidence.
You still don't get it, do you? Let us assume there was poison in the nail polish. Who then was responsible for causing Vera Mysham to bite her nails?
What?
It wasn't me, I know that much. The one who brought that poison to her lips was you.
What? What?
Evidence is everything. There's nothing more.
I believe this discussion has reached its conclusion.
Your Honor?
Mr. Justice, you have performed admirably well for a novice attorney. I respect your partner, Phoenix Wright's determination as well.
However, without direct proof, you have nothing. Isn't that right, Clavier?
Unfortunately, yes, Christoph, you are right. That is, you would have been right until now.
What?
Did the news not reach your desk in solitary? The eyes of the nation are on this courtroom today. This is the trial case for the new judicial system. That's right! I'd totally forgotten! The juris system.
Juris, you say?
The current judicial system has been deemed too closed off from society. This new system's attempt to inject the wisdom of common citizens into the new law.
Common citizens, wisdom. Is this some kind of joke? What could we possibly gain by doing this? Entrusting our judicial system to a mindless, emotional mob of irrational mouth breathers?
Ooh, that's not a good way to win over the jury.
Common citizens have something called common sense. Common sense is not restricted by the law.
Nonsense, there's only room for two in this court. Me and the law. Keep the riffraff out, I say.
They're not in the court, actually. They're watching everything by video camera. Hello? Hello, friends in the jury.
How can you allow this?
Incidentally, the one responsible for making this happen was Phoenix Wright.
Phoenix Wright?
Oh, here it comes!
So, everything was leading to this, of course. Right.
You went Super Saiyan! Alright. Whoa, that's not a good look.
I won't accept. I can't accept. This is no court. Law is everything. Law is absolute. You'd let ignorant swine soil your courts.
Yeah, Christoph, it's over.
Clavier.
The law is absolute. You can't be serious.
What?
I thought you spent your life looking for loopholes. The law isn't absolute. It's filled with contradictions.
Law is the end product of many years of history, the fruit of human knowledge. Like a gem polished to a gleam through trials and errors. It is this fruit that we receive and pass on and face in our time. And it is always changing, growing, nurturing. It is our task as human beings.
This is getting very meta. Except for you, Kristoff, you aren't changing. You've stopped. You're not needed anymore. I couldn't think of anything to say. Maybe because I still haven't seen enough. But someday, I'll know what law is, and I'll fight to change it if I have to.
I see no need to further prolong this trial. This began as the trial of Vera Maishem, accused of murdering her father. The painter drew Maishem, however. Several other incidents were reviewed, and we seem to have reached a conclusion. Before this court declares a verdict, I await your decision. Jurists of the court, for the death of Drew Maishem, how do you find the defendant Vera Maishem? Innocent or guilty? I turn to you now to consider this matter.
Hopefully we did. But what? We broke it. What? What? October 9th, 1248, Juris Chamber. Oh my goodness. This ends the trial for this case. Only the verdict remains to be decided. Defendant Vera Maishem is currently in intensive care. If a decision cannot be reached today, it may never be reached. The factors involved are simple. Did the defendant poison her father that night? If so, she is guilty. Or was there another reason for Mr. Maishem's death? Did another person poison him? If so, she is innocent. A panel has been provided for each of you to input your decisions. That is all. Please, wait. Yes, Juris number 6. There's something in the Juris handbook here. Persons involved with the case may not be jurists. That is correct. I've looked into all your dossiers. None of you were involved with the development of the case. With the development of the case? I see. Does that answer your concern? It's time for your verdicts. Make your decision in the case against Vera Maishem. After 7 years, the truth is ready to be heard. Judge wisely, judge well. Why are we back in the Matrix? Wait, what? Judge the... Oh my god, wait, I'm Juris number 6? Have I been Juris number 6 the whole time? Well, no, she's not guilty. Not guilty. Confirm. Wait. It's... Oh! That's Trucy's mom. And so a verdict was reached on October 9th, 2:14 p.m. Alright, I'm probably going to split this into 2 episodes, because I'm assuming this is the end. The first verdict under the Juris system. Innocent by unanimous decision. So then my vote didn't even matter. The record will show that when the verdict was announced, special witness Christoph Gavin laughed. Laughed louder than any ever heard before or since. A laugh that echoed in the halls of justice, lingering for what seemed like hours. October 10th, 8:30 a.m., the morning after the trial. In an intensive care ward, a true miracle occurred. Oh, good. Vera Maishem opened her eyes. So yeah, so my vote really didn't matter. If it was a unanimous decision, like, mine... I guess it's good that they wouldn't let you, like, screw that up. Vera, I'm so glad. Don't cry, Apollo. I'm happy too, and proud. You did well, Apollo. When I thought about what if Vera, Hey now, don't you start crying too. Sorry you had to see us like that. Oh, Vera? Thank you so much, Apollo. Thank you. No, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have pressed you like that. If I hadn't, you never would have bitten your nails. No, I was wrong. Staying locked inside like that, clinging to my good luck charm. Vera. When I opened my eyes, I saw you. I finally understood. It's important to be a part of the world, to see things with your own eyes. Looks like that poison had some effect after all. Killed off whatever was holding Vera back from life. I knew you'd pull through, Vera. I mean, that's what Apollo was fighting for the whole time. Your future. I won't forget it. Here, let me thank you. No, really, it's okay. Oh, look, it's me. I want that as some sort of banner. I wish the text box wasn't in the way. I love it, thanks. Is that me? She really captured your essence, Apollo. Well, I think so at least. That reminds me. Do you know where the other lawyer is? The other lawyer? Oh, you mean Daddy, except he's not a lawyer anymore. It's my fault, isn't it? I'm sorry. Oh, no, that's not what I meant. No, it's okay. I'm through looking away from the things I've done. I hope I can look him in the eyes again someday and apologize. I'm sure he'd be happy to hear that. He brought all those things for me when he came to visit earlier. I was wondering about that. I'm like, that's everything that Phoenix said when he was here. You mean that stack of videos? Mr. Wright finished watching them all? And the piano's there. You know, I knew my real daddy was alive. Huh? I was there 7 years ago, remember? I was the one who helped him vanish from the courtroom. You did what? How? I'm not telling. He promised me that day when he went away. We may not meet again for some time, Trucy. But know this, I will be watching, and one day I shall return. You're the next Grimari, after all. Oh, Trucy. In the end, he couldn't keep that promise, could he? It's okay, Phoenix is my daddy now, even if he can't really play the piano. That he can't. Oh, and I've got you too, even if your voice is kind of loud sometimes. Glad I made your list. Hey, come to think of it, where is Daddy, the one who can't play? Do you know Apollo? I think he said he had to meet someone. I wonder. Maybe it's a new mommy. Oh, that could get all kinds of awkward. Oh, Trucy. Yes, Vera? I was wondering, could you show him to me once more? Oh, Sir Hat, was it? Oh, he's not been knighted yet. Here goes. Do us an impersonation, Mr. Hat. Objection! Not loud enough. And I like Miss Magic Underwear better anyway. Wait, what? That's Magic Panties, Apollo. What? So your memory's returned. I'm assuming I know who this is. Mr. Wright, was this all a part of your plan too? I don't know what you're talking about. When I lost my memory, I was reborn. Islam War. What? Alright, I did not see that coming. But you knew my true identity, did you not? That is why you chose me as one of your jurists. Ah, you're thinking into it too much. Besides, there's no guarantee that regaining your memory would make you happy. Of course it is a happy thing. For so long I thought I was alone. Now I know I have children. 2 dear children. I'm so proud of them. This too, I think, is thanks to you. Are you going to tell them? They do not know. Nope. They don't know their mother. They don't even know their siblings. I'll go to them when the time is right. Until then, Don't worry, I'll take care of them for you. They're very important to me too. A little annoying at times, but still. to keep an eye on her at least. I'm the only one who knows how she really feels on the inside. Oh. Your bracelet. Yes. I've seen a lot of mysterious things these past 7 years. But your bracelets were the strangest of all. I remember meeting him half a year ago now in Christoph Gavin's office. And then I met you. Two fates destined to intertwine, and I was there when they crossed. Never forget that. Such a small thing, that bullet, and it tore away who I was. "10 years ago, during a simple rehearsal, it was a miracle that no one died, but I didn't survive that accident. This is why I left the troupe, my family. Now my memory has returned. I'm myself once more. For the first time, I'm glad to be alive, Mr. Wright." Speaking of miracles, Vera Mysham regained consciousness this morning. I can only hope she's as glad as you are. It is a strange thing, fate. Sometimes a life is taken. Sometimes a life is spared. You know what I've been thinking? People don't die that easily, really. As long as they've got something worth living for. And that's pretty much the end of my story. For now, anyway. I've still got a long way to go, and this power of mine, well, it needs some work. But there's hope now. We'd lost it, but somehow we found it again. That's why people are smiling again. Hope. Yeah, I think I'll keep at this lawyer thing for a while. Oops, training time, gotta go. Cords of steel. Here comes justice. Objection! Wait, what? Alright, so that's the end. Okay. I'm glad you're staying with the agency, Apollo. It's like I found my long-lost big little brother. And don't worry about Troop Grimari. Trucy's on the case. Now that I have this, thanks to Daddy. Trucy Grimari? Frankly, I have my doubts, but Hack Grimari? Now that'll pack him in. These games, their style of ending breaks up my flow. It's not every day you get the trial that rocks harder than something. That's why it's over. The Gaviners are breaking up. The news caused a run on tissues at supermarkets nationwide. You're the real stars now. I look forward to our next jam session. I don't trust it. As soon as I start talking, they're going to do a scene. There we go. Well, it's finally over, you know? Thinking about it. I've been a piano player longer than I was a lawyer. Now that everything's sorted, I've got time on my hands. Maybe I'll take some lessons. Or maybe I'll take the bar exam again. I feel like you shouldn't have to. We proved that it wasn't his fault. I'm gonna wait till they're done to do my impressions of the game. So I was standing around eating snackoos the other day. I got this crazy idea. What if they were golden? You could augment the crunch, or better yet, make them ding. The power of science. The preservatives might not be 100% safe. Overall, I liked this game. I thought it was really good. Really, anything negative I have would just be like minor nitpicks. Yeah, overall, I thought it was really well done. In the unlikely event that you are wanting Russian feasts, come to Borscht Bowl Club. The only thing colder than the restaurant is borscht. Duh, but if greater challenge is being required. And come to the hideout where you know who to ask for. Oh, right. So, Kataki Pastries is getting back into its eastern roots. Spread the culture. Yo, boss, culture time. This is how we write root, capiche? But we're still giving back to the people. Yo, boss, PR time. And this is how we write people, alright? Not that Waki's paying any attention. Ooh, kids. Man, I had completely forgotten about them. That was so long ago. I wasn't expecting to finish this game this quickly. So Shaky's characters on Cake was a fly idea like 3,000 years ago. Believe that. Man, you want to make it stay, you gotta keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Yo, that's why I made the OG cracker, for real. I know it don't look like no cracker. Gee, what? You want me to call it the OG muffin? Yes. The OG muffin. Yeah, I was kind of hoping this would go on a little bit longer. I thought there was going to be like a full trial. That was relatively short.
I don't know where all this talk about food is coming from. You asked me, there's only one food, and that's noodles. Noodles forever. Got a new one, too. See, this time I just put a big chunk of salt in the bowl. Well, I pretend. Eldune's noodles is about the salt. Salt forever.
You know, I appreciate that kind of like straightforward honesty. Yeah, I think we're going to have a longer wait in between games than I had originally hoped for. But we'll talk about that. My exceptionally inquisitive nature has won my unequivocal. You see, they used to call me Wesley Stinkler and Wesley Sticky Hands. No longer. I have a new name, one that reflects my true academic nature. Wesley Sicko reporting. Yes, curiosity is a sickness, and I am the. Yeah, that's definitely why they went with that. For sure. Yeah, I wish I would just get all the talking out of the way and then do the credits so that I can do my usual thing. I don't know how to thank you for all you've done. Light has returned to my life, and with it joy. I may have lost years, but I have gained a treasure. 2 treasures, in fact. I will think of them when I write my next song. That was a weird twist. I don't know. Brushel here, back on the beat with another interview. Okay? How do I feel about how things turned out? Wait, why is he in jail? No scoop yet, but journalist confidence in mint condition. Nah. End quote. I've decided to keep painting. Originals only, of course. I suppose I'll have to see a bit of the world to find out what to paint. But I know there are good people out there now. I've met them. The door is open. The world is waiting. Thank you. Oh. They do such a good job with the sketches in these endings. That it? That's it. Okay, cool. All right. So yeah, overall, I liked it. I don't know quite where I'd put it, like ranking it in the series. But no, I very much enjoyed my time with it. The ending with Lamoire, that part was a little bit strange. That part felt a little forced. Like, Trucy's mom still being alive, because they left it ambiguous enough that I'm like, I bet they're leading to that. It being Lamoire, it felt forced. It's fine. I don't think they needed to go there. or maybe they could have. Actually, I don't know. Maybe it's probably worth it to go back and do that trial again and see if there's anything that kind of alludes to it, because absolutely nothing at the time would make you think that you would even need to. But maybe going back and playing it again, I'm curious to see if there are little hints that might lead you to that conclusion. I'd be very curious about that. Like I said, it's nitpicks are the things that I'm like, that didn't really work. The blowing the microphone thing. Yeah, that was, well, at least it wasn't too much. If a mechanic's going to be broken, only having to do it a couple times is good. I'm glad it wasn't at every single step in every single case. That probably would have driven me nuts. But yeah, so that little things. I liked all the trials. I think the problem is that it's very easy to pick out one, it's easy to pick out the weakest one. I do think the Lamoire one was the weakest. I didn't think it was bad. I just, if I'm ranking them, I know I'm probably going to start with that one at the bottom and work my way back up. With obviously the last one being the top, that was so well done. So well done. The investigation part, something completely new, something we hadn't seen before. I loved it. Yeah, and the first and second trials were really good. I would have a hard time ranking those. Again, third one wasn't bad. It just didn't. It wasn't quite what I got out of the first two. I think because the first one you're asking a lot of questions, with Gavin and what's going on with Phoenix and why is he not a lawyer. So I think that one definitely had some inherent advantages. But yeah, I enjoyed it. As I mentioned, I kind of thought this was going to go on a little bit longer. So there's probably going to be a little bit longer break between this and the Miles Edgeworth game, which is the next one we'll play. Again, barring any announcement that if they say, "Hey, we're bringing Miles Edgeworth to the Switch or PC or whatever," I'd probably play that instead. As it is, I don't know if I'm going to do Android or DS. I have the DS version, so I'm leaning towards that. But yeah, I know typically like the remakes, they fix typos and things like that, and obviously they look a bit nicer. So we'll see. I don't think that series is going to start until January. Just because I know in December, Danganronpa Summer Camp comes out, and I really want to, me and my wife are going to play that, because Danganronpa was like such a huge part of the channel for like a long time. That was all we played for years. I mean, it basically was what Ace Attorney has been, where the main series has been Ace Attorney for over a year. I'm not complaining about that at all. I'm very happy about that. I'm happy there's probably another year or two worth of Ace Attorney content to go through. So yeah, I am probably not going to start that until January, because Danganronpa Summer Camp comes out December 3rd. I would really like to spend the last 2 weeks in December I'll probably start recording then, and then they'll start going up at the beginning of January. Let's just pop up the old calendar here. So my guess is the first episode would go up. Babe, you know what? Actually, the way the holiday falls, I could see it starting just either December 27th or January 3rd. We will see. I have a Discord. I post, I do videos every day, so I don't feel the need to post in there every day, but I do post when I do a new series. So I'll put a link to that in the description, and then you'll have a little heads up when that series starts. I hope you guys will consider checking out Danganronpa Summer Camp because I like those games. And if you aren't familiar with Danganronpa, if you like Ace Attorney, I think for the most part most people would enjoy Danganronpa. I have playthroughs for all 4 games so far on the channel, so maybe consider checking those out if you haven't seen the game yet already. I'll try to put a link to that in the description too. I'll probably forget. I'll probably forget all of this. Hopefully not the Discord thing, but no, I very much enjoyed this game. I'm so looking forward to the Miles Edgeworth thing, and I know myself, and I'm gonna probably I'll probably end up starting that. Or like I'm already looking at the calendar. I'm like, you know what? The 27th wouldn't be bad because that's where I'm leaning. I'm gonna promise that we will start it by January 3rd. But if you were to ask me right this second, I'm like, yeah, I wanna start that and get going, but I don't wanna start it and then pause it. Like I think that's worse than just not starting it. I wasn't really prepared to make that decision right this second. Yeah, I thought we had a little bit more to go. I thought the trial part of the last case was gonna go on a little bit longer than it did. So I'll probably split this into 2 videos because we're already at like an hour and 20 minutes. So, but I think that's it. I think that's everything I wanted to say. I love the game. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know I do the thank you thing at the end of every episode, but it really does just mean a lot that people watch like 50 something, 60 episodes. I think is somewhere where we're going to end, sticking through a series that long. All the comments, the series has had, more interaction, like more engagement, I guess, which is awesome. I really appreciate that. It really does mean a lot to come into comments, even if YouTube likes to throw them in the spam not folder, but basically the spam folder, and then I have to go and manually approve them, and sometimes I forget that that's even a thing. So I'll probably remember for the next 2 weeks, and then when nothing shows up in there, completely forget about it until it becomes an issue again. But no, it really does mean a lot to just have people like engaging, a lot of extra likes on these videos compared to some others. Definitely a lot more comments, a lot more trivia. I really love all the trivia that I've gotten specifically for this game. I mean, it's been good for the first 3 games, but this game, I definitely feel like there's a lot of good things thrown in there. Things that I definitely wouldn't have caught otherwise. Like Valance Kane not spinning as many times when he's older as when he's younger. That was a neat touch that I completely missed until someone pointed out. So I really love that stuff. So thank you so much for, not just like people who just watch. That's fine. I'm just happy that anyone watches it all. But to take the time and extra initiative to engage really does mean a lot. So I want to thank you all for that. I hope you guys will look forward to Danganronpa Summer Camp. Those videos will come out at the beginning of December. And again, looking at my calendar, that'll probably be December 6th. And then we'll do that for a little bit. I don't know how long that's going to go on either, so that'll play into the decision. But yeah, definitely consider checking out the Discord. I have sections in there to just like talk about games and what you're playing and all that kind of stuff. So consider checking that out. And you'll see then when Edgeworth we start. Oh, I'm so looking forward to that. I'm so looking forward to playing as Edgeworth. That is going to be great. So yeah, just again, thank you guys so much for watching all of this, and I hope I'll see you in the next one. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.